Hello. I'm going to say a little bit today about fear and how it manifests in our daily lives, from worry to anxious thinking, rumination, maybe panic attacks or insomnia or imposter narratives. There are so many ways that fear shows up, and we're all familiar with it to a different degree. And often we will talk about things like coping techniques, how to manage it, practical kind of ways of doing that. And, that's helpful to a degree, but this conversation is a little bit different because it goes a little bit deeper into looking at where is this experience coming from? And also, how are we in relationship with fear? Because often, and completely understandably, I know this myself from first-hand experience, it looks like eliminating our experience of fear is the answer. If we could just not have the experience, then we'd be okay and we'd be free. But actually, by virtue of that, we're holding it in resistance because we're saying, I can't have that. I can't have that in my life. And that automatically creates this kind of rigid dynamic that says, I must hold fear at arm's length. And that feeds into anxious thinking, which creates hypervigilance. We're probably familiar with that sense of like trying to second guess all the time. What's going to be happening? What's the outcome of this? How's it going to make me feel? How can I stop that? And the pace of thinking then speeds up. And before we know it, we're in some kind of labyrinth of fear because we're trying to eliminate it. And that's not possible when you're completely in opposition to something. It's just not. So in the new year, I'm going to be exploring how we might look at being free with, not free from fear, which is possibly sounds a little bit strange, but actually free with is about the idea of allowing and accepting what is showing up in your life, allowing it to be there, moving towards it gently with curiosity and an open mind. And when we do that, it's incredibly powerful. I've seen it so many times, multiple times, and in myself, that it completely shifts the dynamic and everything starts to soften. It doesn't mean that fear doesn't ever show up, but it means that because of the way that we hold it, it doesn't have the same impact on us because we're not so solely invested in the idea of limiting it completely or eliminating it from our lives. So I'm going to be running a program of a series of one-to-one coaching opportunities with some interaction in between and some signposting sort to complementary kind of links as well. So if that's of interest, do pop me a DM and you can head to the Heart Space, which is the trusted group. It's kind of a safe space on Facebook if you are interested in being part of those kind of conversations. All right, thanks very much. Take care. Bye-bye.